Hello everybody and welcome back to another math video. Today we will be going over how to convert quadratic equations from vertex form to standard form. By that, I mean we're going to be converting equations from f of x or y is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. I don't like that k. Plus k to f of x or y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. You'll find that when we're going through it, the process is actually pretty straightforward, and you will be doing the same thing every time. Okay? So, let's get started. Alright, so the equation that we will be working with is f of x is equal to x minus 3 squared plus 5. We want to turn this into standard form. So to start, we're going to need to expand this parentheses here. We're going to need to actually do the operator, the square here, because by PEMDAS, that's what we'd have to address first anyway. Okay, we're going to take care of this first. Now you might be thinking, oh, okay, to do this, I'll just distribute the 2 into the parentheses. No, we cannot do that. That is not what is meant by this square. If I do that, I'm going to end up getting x squared plus 9 or something. And it just doesn't work out. That's not how this works. When we're actually doing this, this square here is telling me that I'm multiplying this parentheses by itself. I'm going to be getting x minus 3 times x minus 3. And so to do this, there's multiple ways you could do this. You could distribute. I will do the box because I think a lot of people like using this, which fair. All right. So let's plug it in. X minus 3 and x minus 3. What is x times x? That's just x squared. X times negative 3, negative 3x. X times negative 3, negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. So we found this. We found what x minus 3 squared is. So I'm going to put this in parentheses. X squared minus 6. Oh, before I do that, actually, sorry, I skipped a step. In this box, are there any like terms? Yes, there are. We have a negative 3x and a negative 3x. So I'm going to write this out by combining the like terms. X squared minus 6x, as you saw, my bad, plus 9. Do you know why I put this in parentheses? It's because I'm not quite done. Yes, I converted this parentheses into, I expanded it. I did the exponent, did x minus 3 squared, but I'm not entirely done. What else was included in this equation? The plus 5. So it came after the parentheses, so I'm going to put it after this parentheses. Now from here, I'm just going to combine like terms. My two like terms being 9 and 5. So my final equation is going to end up being f of x is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 14. This would be our final answer. And there's plenty of things you could do with this now that you have it. You could find the y-intercept, you could find the axis of symmetry, you could find the vertex, to list a few. If you want to know how to do that, please refer to one of my other videos. Moving on to the next question. Alright, so this equation that we will be working with now is y equals 2 times x plus 4 squared minus 11. So again, the first thing we have to do is address the exponent, right? We have to do PEMDAS. Some of you might think, oh, okay, let's just distribute the 2, right? Let's get going. We're going to get 2x plus 8 squared. We can't do that because that breaks the order of operations. In PEMDAS, the exponent comes before the multiplication. I cannot start with this. I have to deal with the exponent first before I do anything else. So let's do that. I have to address this first. And again, that squared just means that it is, I'm actually doing this in red. This square means that it's x plus 4 times x plus 4. I'll put that in the box for us, just to be nice. Consistent at least. We have x plus 4 and x plus 4. So x times x, that's x squared. 4 times x, 4x. That was not very good. 4x. X times 4, 4x. 4 times 4, 16. Do I have any like terms? Yes, I do. This 4x and that 4x. So I'm going to write out my new expression here as x squared, combine some like terms, plus 8x plus 16. Again, you might ask, why did I put this in parentheses? It's because I'm not done. I did the x plus 4 squared, but what else is with the original equation? The 2 and the negative 11. So I have to bring those down. There's a 2 in front, because it was in front of the original equation, and the minus 11 comes after. Now, I continue simplifying, again, obeying the laws of PEMDAS. So from here, I'm going to distribute this 2 into the parentheses. As a note, if it helps, there is a 1 in front of this x squared, which will make sense when I do this distribution. So, what is 2 times 1? That is just 2. So that's 2x squared. Right? The 2 times the 1x squared, 2x squared. 2 times 8x, that's plus 16x. 2 times 16, that's plus 32. I'm going to leave this in parentheses because I still have the minus 11 to take care of. From here, I'm just going to combine like terms, with my like terms being the negative 32 and the negative 11. So my final answer is going to be y equals 2x squared plus 16x plus 21. This would be your final answer. And again, there's plenty of things you could do with that. We could graph that, although it'd be easier in vertex form. You could find the y-intercept, axis symmetry, and the vertex. We'll continue with one more example. All right, the last equation we'll be working with is f of x equals 1/2 times x minus 6 squared plus 4. Again, when we're going to convert this from vertex to standard, we have to start by dealing with this parentheses and this exponent, namely the exponent. When I see that x minus 6 squared, I am multiplying this x minus 6 by itself. I am saying x minus 6 times x minus 6. So I'll put this again in the box just to be nice. That's sloppy, I'm sorry. X minus 6. I could redo the box, but I don't feel like it. Sorry. X times x, that's x squared. Negative 6 times x, negative 6x. X times negative 6, negative 6x. Negative 6 times negative 6, well, 6 times 6 is 36, and a negative make a positive, so this will be positive 36. Do I have any like terms? If you said yes, you're correct. There is this negative 6x and this negative 6x, because they both have an x. So from here, I'm going to put this in a parentheses and combine my like terms. So I'm going to say x squared minus 12x plus 36. Again, why did I put this in parentheses? Because I'm not done. I finished with my exponent. I expanded this, but I still have two parts of my problem. I still have the 1/2 and the plus 4. The 1/2 was multiplied in front, so I'm going to stick it in front. This plus 4 was at the very end, so I'm going to put this plus 4 at the very end. From here, what do? Well, I follow the laws of PEMDAS to simplify. I'm going to distribute this into the x, this into that, and this into that. I said that very poorly. I'm sorry. Again, as a note, there's a 1 in front of this x squared. So in reality, I'm multiplying this 1/2 by 1x squared. So when I go to simplify this, I'm just going to say 1/2 x squared. Right? Another way to think about this is that I'm multiplying everything by 1/2, or I'm dividing everything by 2. I will refer to them as both for this, just for clarification, or if it confuses you, I'm sorry. So 1/2 times negative 12, that is negative 6x. 36 divided by 2, that's plus 18. And the plus 4 is still on the outside of the parentheses. From here, I just combine like terms. My like terms being positive 18, positive 4. So my final answer will be f of x is equal to 1/2 x squared minus 6x plus 22. Again, that is my final answer. All right. I hope that was helpful. I thank you all for watching. Everyone, have a good one.